Tom Homan joins us now. All right, Tom, is Harris standing with the Border Patrol?
Absolutely not. She denigrated the Border Patrol, right? She slandered the men of the Horse Patrol for supposedly whipping black migrants, when in fact the investigation showed they didn't. She took the most secure border and unsecured it. So I don't know what color the sky is in his world, but the Border Patrol stands with Trump. They endorse Trump. They stand on stage with Trump at his rallies. So there's nothing further from the truth. I can't believe Mark Kelly actually would say that with a straight face.
The last two Border Patrol chiefs say Harris has never spoken to them. How's that standing with Border Patrol people?
Look, Border Patrol's devastated, right? Their morale's at an all-time low. They've had just shy of 40 suicides since Biden's been president. I'm not saying the open border caused these men and women to take their lives, but whatever difficulties they're dealing with, pulling babies out of the river, giving CPR to infants, finding dead women and children across that border, talking to girls as young as 9 years old who've been raped by the cartels, dealing with this tragedy every day certainly weighed upon them. Look, Border Patrol's morale is at an all-time low. And that's because this administration came in and unsecured the most secure border in my lifetime and made them overwhelmed. Border Patrol agents would be the first one to tell you they no longer have operational control of the southern border. The strongest nation in the world no longer has the operational control of the border. And these guys are devastated. They want a president that's going to let them do their job, secure the border, and save lives.
Let's move on to this. 4 people with possible ties to the Tren de Aragua gang have been arrested in Aurora, Colorado. They were busted near the apartment building where heavily armed men were caught on camera kicking down doors, basically running the apartment complex. How do you deal with criminal migrant gangs in a sanctuary city where ICE can't do much?
Well, ICE can do if they're allowed to do their job. Let's remember this Harris administration, Biden-Harris administration, have handcuffed ICE, right? The Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, has instructed ICE that being in the country illegally without a serious criminal conviction isn't enough for ICE to go seek an arrest. He's telling ICE officers, immigration enforcement officers, you're not allowed to enforce immigration law unless they go commit a serious offense. First of all, when they commit a serious offense, it's too late, right? Because the citizen's been affected. No administration should rewrite federal law and say you can't enforce immigration law. So look, that's an enticement. People know they can cross the border. They'd be released within 24 hours. They give a free plane ticket to the city of their choice. They'll get a free hotel room. They get free meals. They get free medical care. They get work authorization within 90 days. Who the hell wouldn't come to the United States under these conditions? And sanctuary cities, they rush to sanctuary cities because they know even if I commit a crime and get booked in a county jail, law enforcement isn't allowed to call ICE and say we have an illegal alien here that just committed a crime. ICE isn't allowed in the jail, and the police officers aren't allowed to work with ICE. What's going to happen under the Trump administration is either law enforcement gets out of the way because we'll just double down, send twice as many ICE officers to that jurisdiction, which means we have to seek them in the community. So we can't arrest them in the safety and security of a jail, which means we got to go into the community and find them after they're released. And that's dangerous for the ICE officer. It's dangerous for the illegal alien. And it's dangerous for the immigrant community itself. Victim and witness of immigrant crime certainly does not want a criminal alien released back in the community to reoffend. It's just ridiculous. Sanctuary policies are sanctuaries for criminals.
And that's
Dead
it.
Stop.
Got it. One more for you, Tom. Part of the northern border that runs from New York to New Hampshire has seen a surge of illegal migrants. Since last October, there have been more apprehensions there in that sector, the northern border, than the previous 13 years combined. What's going on at the northern border, Tom?
Well, the northern border, I grew up on the northern border, and that's why I became Border Patrol agent. I grew up on the Canadian border. But I tell you, Stuart, this is only a piece of the truth, because bottom line is, even though apprehensions are up, we got to remember this. Half of the northern agents have been detailed to the southern border. The remaining half on the northern border, most of them spend every day at a computer processing illegal aliens from Mexico on the southern border virtually, which means there's virtually no river patrol on the St. Lawrence River. There's virtually no lake patrol or no road patrol on the northern border. So even though they have a record number of apprehensions, that's with very few agents actually patrolling. So we don't know how many got away because they're not tracking them. So the northern border is a lot worse than what's being reported, even though what's being reported is historic.
What a mess. Tom Homan, thanks for pointing it out. We'll see you again soon. Tom Homan, everyone.